And it looks from these shots as though Faugheen might be about to make the running here. Patrick Mullins keeping him company with Bacardi's. Davy Russell in behind on Diamond Cauchois, who's Gordon Elliott's only realistic hope, I think, of picking up a few quid here. Lieutenant Colonel just doesn't look up to this these days. But so many big names on show here. Jeski, former champion hurdle winner, Faugheen, York Hill, et al. But Penhill is favourite, and Faugheen's pinched a few lengths. Here we go.
And races straight to the front, followed by Bacardi's and the visiting mare, Le Bac au Roi, as they head down the far side to the first of 13 flights in this, the Ladbrokes Champion Stayers Hurdle. And it's Faugheen cutting out the early running, followed by Bacardi's and Le Bac au Roi, and these three have stretched away, reaching the first flight. From Shane's Hill and alongside Diamond Cauchois. Behind these is Penhill with former winner Jeski, the white cap, who's racing between horses. Bloy Rouge, the grey, next with Identity Thief. Flight number 2 coming up the end of the back straight. Faugheen the leader from Le Bac au Roi, who jumped alongside Bacardi's. A break then of a good few lengths to Shane's Hill with Diamond Cauchois and Penhill in the blue jacket. Jeski next with Bloy Rouge and Identity Thief as they turn to come across out of the back straight, having jumped 2 flights. And it's Faugheen leading 2 lengths, Le Bac au Roi and Bacardi's. The 3 out in front of Shane's Hill and Penhill. Then comes Diamond Cauchois and Identity Thief. Jeski next with Bapom on the outside of Bloy Rouge, Lieutenant Colonel. And York Hill is the back marker, as the field of 12 runners make their way towards the 4th flight before the straight. Faugheen the leader, David Mullins, with in second place Le Bac au Roi and Harry Bannister. Tracking them at close-up third, Bacardi's and Patrick Mullins. The 3 remain out in front of Shane's Hill and Danny Mullins in 4th, with Penhill 5, Paul Townend. Then there's another break back to Diamond Cauchois and Davy Russell, with Jeski and Barry Gerzi alongside his Identity Thief and Sean Flanagan, followed on straightening up first time by Bapom and Noel Feely. Bloy Rouge next. Mark Walsh on board. His 2 behind, Lieutenant Colonel, Jack Kennedy, and the back marker York Hill and Robbie Power. They're nicely spaced out from first to last as Faugheen jumps the flight in front of the stands, a 3 to 4 length leader. From Le Bac au Roi second, third is Bacardi's, then Shane's Hill racing in company with stable companion Penhill. Diamond Cauchois next with Jeski. Identity Thief has 4 behind, Bapom, Bloy Rouge, Lieutenant Colonel and York Hill. A circuit in front of them in the richest race of the day, the Ladbrokes Champion Stayers Hurdle, and it's Faugheen maintaining a lead of 4 lengths over Le Bac au Roi and the noseband. Taking it in third place, Bacardi's. The next pair are Penhill and Shane's Hill. They're out in front of the next runner, racing on towards the next flight. Diamond Cauchois with Identity Thief, Jeski, Bapom, Bloy Rouge, Lieutenant Colonel and York Hill, the back marker, still over the flight, the top of the track. And it's Faugheen by 4. Le Bac au Roi second, 2 in front of the third running Bacardi's. Penhill has improved a place to go 4th ahead of Shane's Hill. Diamond Cauchois next with Identity Thief as they race downhill to the 2 flights at near enough the halfway stage. Faugheen leads the merry dance. Le Bac au Roi second, third is Bacardi's with Penhill 4 and 5 Shane's Hill. After these is Diamond Cauchois with Identity Thief. And then comes Jeski and Bapom with Bloy Rouge as they continue downhill towards the next flight. At the end of a circuit, and it's Faugheen by 5 to 6 lengths with Le Bac au Roi second. Then comes Bacardi's and Penhill and Shane's Hill. They're still well strung out with just over a mile to go and 5 flights left to jump. It's Faugheen by 7 to 8. Le Bac au Roi second, then Penhill, who's joining Bacardi's for the 3rd spot. Shane's Hill next with Identity Thief. If anything, the field has got well strung out, as Faugheen is 8 in front of Le Bac au Roi. Penhill, Bacardi's and Shane's Hill, Identity Thief and Diamond Cauchois, Bapaume and Jeski, and then York Hill and Bly Rouge. Lieutenant Colonel's about to be pulled up. They've 40 jump, 3/4 of a mile to go. And it's Faugheen still with this uncontested lead under David Mullins. Labacca second, Harry Bannister third. Going into that spot is Penhill and Paul Townend. Bacardi's has lost a place to fourth, Patrick Mullins. Then comes Shane's Hill and Danny Mullins. They're the first five, with Identity Thief, Bapaume next. They're coming across to the final 3 flights in the Ladbrokes Champion Stayers, and it's Faugheen with a slightly reduced advantage over Labacca. Then comes a closing Penhill on the outside with Bacardi. Shane's Hill has got closer. Then Identity Thief, Diamond Cauchois, York Hill, Bapaume. They've 2 to jump. Faugheen with Penhill joining Labacca for second. Then comes Shane's Hill as they come towards the second last flight. Faugheen the leader by 2, beginning the run to the final flight. The good run to the final flight. It's Faugheen by 3 lengths off the home turn from Penhill. Coming under pressure is Labacca. Shane's Hill is fourth, then Identity Thief. Enter the straight to the final flight, and it's Faugheen and David Mullins in the lead. Chased to the final flight by Penhill and Paul Townend. The pair are clear of in third place, Shane's Hill and Danny Mullins. They've 1 flight left to jump, and it's Faugheen coming away from Penhill and Shane's Hill. Down to the final flight, and it's Faugheen, David Mullins over the last and clear. From in second place, Penhill, then Shane's Hill, and racing now to the final 100 yards. It's Faugheen back doing what Faugheen has done best. Faugheen for David Mullins and his Uncle Willie in the colours of Mrs. Susannah Ricci, an all-the-way winner of the Ladbrokes Champion Stayers, and has got a great reception to boot. Penhill, Shane's Hill, and a sweep of the floor for Willie Mullins.
Yes, Rich Ritchie celebrating. It's been a tough week for him up till now here at Punchestown, but Faugheen, what a great side that was, rolling back the years. He did pinch a few lengths at the start, which the others didn't seem to be alive to. David Mullins was really on the ball there and got about a 3-length of a head start. He's won very comfortably in the end. It mightn't have made any difference, but it certainly helped his cause, no question about that. And Rich Ritchie raising his arms to the skies after, what does it say, has been a tough couple of days. Duvan obviously beaten by Undersow here on the first day. That would have been the one he was probably relying on. And David Mullins strikes again in the big one after Bells Hill yesterday. He's given his fella a dashing ride from the front, and it's just terrific to see him back on song. He had winning form over 3 miles as a novice hurdler, of course, and seemed to thoroughly enjoy himself out in front today. And Penhill came up alongside, or near enough alongside, off the home turn, but he wasn't going as well as Faugheen at that stage. David Mullins had kept a bit up his sleeve, and it was just a question of whether Penhill would be able to find any extra off the bridle, and the answer was readily apparent that he wasn't going to, and Faugheen scampered away after a good jump at the final flight to seal the deal and get a great reception from the crowd. And really this opens up a new dimension for Faugheen after those heavy defeats, most recently in the Champion Hurdle at Cheltenham. We all thought maybe his best days were behind him, but these horses can be reinvented, and especially in this fella's case, given that he was or had 3-mile form earlier on in his career. He has proven himself to be grade 1 class over the longer trip here. Well back to, I think he's returned around 11-2. Faugheen lands the big one of the day here at Punchestown.
Yeah, spotted a big advantage at the start, and his class tells 11-2. He saw it out really well. 2-1 favourite Penhill could manage only second, and 33-1 was Shane's Hill in third, making it a clean sweep for Willie Mullins in the big one today here at Punchestown. And that will thrill Faugheen's many fans, Mick.
Yeah, well, the amazing thing for me was the start, you know, as well. You know, look, it's a grade 1 race. You can't give a horse of this quality this sort of leeway.
Some people emailing and tweeting, blaming the starter, but
what about the starters saying, right, are you ready, jockeys? Yeah. They'd say yes, and off they go. And the truth of it is, Faugheen is, you know, a very, very good horse who was allowed to get into his comfort zone and just enjoy himself out in front, uncontested, relaxed. He jumped brilliantly, and you know, he whether the horse was just growing in confidence as the race went on or what, but he was really enjoying himself. And he burnt them off one by one. And you know, this was a hell of a performance here, because he's not beating mugs here or beating ordinary horses. He's beating the reigning Stayers Hurdle winner in Pen Hill. Horse who's not just a Stayers Hurdle winner, he's a dual Cheltenham Festival winner.
And burning off the likes of Bacardi's en route. So,
you know, Bacardi's has paid the price. There'll be plenty of lads that, you know, watching this saying, well, you know, if we tried to go with him, we would have suffered the same fate as Bacardi's and Le Bagois suffered. And that might well be the case. But this horse made them pay, because when Penhill tried to go with him, he had nothing left in the tank to go. Identity Thief, you can see, he's possibly feeling the exertions of Aintree. But when you have a horse of this quality who has been struggling in these last couple of starts, it's lovely to see him back where he belongs. And, you know, Willie Mullins now will have, I would think, one of the biggest smiles on track after this performance from this horse. And Rich Ricci, he's had a quiet time of things by his standards, and he will take plenty out of this performance from this horse. It is, because, you know, he loves this horse.
He's a superstar, Faugheen, and rolling back the years and back to where he belongs, in the spotlight, centre stage. Faugheen, plenty of cheers for him, wasn't there, as he jumped the last, and he powered away from Penhill. Shane's Hill back a distant third at Punchestown. Now,